Hey everybody, this is Felicia with The Book is Done. I hope that y'all are having a good evening so far. It's been a while and I'm sorry life has been lifing, but it has for everybody. So I'm on that train as well. So I wanted to come on and I have a couple of reviews, but I definitely wanted to do this one. This one is so long overdue, but this one is called The Third Gift by A.G. Mock. Um, yeah, this book right here, A.G. Mock is nice. He's very nice. He's written a few books, and he's such a good book, such a good book. But this particular book has, and if you see me look down, it's because I'm looking at the notes because I don't want to miss anything, especially from my memory. Um, and I didn't read this, forever ago. I just finished it maybe about 2 weeks ago. So um, it's there, but I had to refresh. And so this book talks about a young couple. First off, it's 228 pages long, so it's not, it's not long at all. It's pretty. It's a nice read. It's a nice read, but it's a young couple. I would say like late 20s, early 30s. Josh and Maria, Rhea for short, as Josh calls her. They move up north. I want to say they moved to either Tennessee. I want to say they moved to North Carolina. They moved to North Carolina from Tampa into a wealthy neighborhood because they got a really good deal on a house that they were moving into. And while they were getting settled in, they had accepted an invitation to attend a holiday party with their neighbors. And I wouldn't say that they were saying that this neighborhood was bougie, but it was definitely like high class from what they were accustomed to. And so they've been married for 2 years, and Rhea is legally blind from having diabetic retinopathy. Retinopathy. There we go. I'm gonna get it. Some of these terms that I'm gonna say, just know how to speak. All right. I got grammar, okay, but some of the medical terminology just work with your girl. All right. So this book, she gradually became blind. So she did have vision at first, and then she gradually became blind. So it's like I was trying to get a feel for if she was like entirely blind or if like her vision is extremely blurred as to where she can't see anything. Like I knew that she was legally blind, but like you still see some light or something of that nature. But in all things, she depends on Chico, her service dog, to kind of help her get around. He's a service dog. He's a sweet dog. Chico does not like Josh at all. Dogs read folks real good, and Chico ain't no Chico ain't wrong. Chico know that something was up, and so they go to the party, and Josh is, trying to explain to her, explain to Rhea, like, we just walked into, like, this mansion. Holy smokes. Like, Rhea, you wouldn't believe it. And she's like, okay, well, tell me what's going on. Like, let me get the feel. And so he's explaining different things to her, and they meet one of the neighbors, the one who invited them, and I cannot remember her name. It wasn't the Weissmans, but it was, you know what, I'm going to find out for you. I'm going to find out for you right now. And so this woman, her name, and I'm so sorry, I should have known, but Abby, Abigail Bromley, she is in this house. I'm assuming that her husband had passed away and that this house or mansion was in the will and things of that nature. So she's in like this whole swanky thing, and she's just like, any and everything that you want, please help yourself. Please feel free to it. Make yourself at home. And so Abigail strikes up a conversation with Rhea, And so Josh is like, well, while y'all are talking, I'm going to get something to eat. And so Josh goes over to the table and he sees shrimp. So he's stocking his plate up with shrimp. And Fritz Wiseman, or Baseman, I don't know, but y'all know, Wissman. Take it what you will. But Fritz, he approached Josh a little on the, intoxicated side. But he was like, hey, get this food. It's here. Enjoy it. I sure am. And while they were talking, the two men were talking. Um, the wife comes over. Her name is Marjorie. And she's talking to Josh. And she gave me the feel that she was like straight up cougar. Like, and they married. Like, Marjorie and Fritz are married. Older couple, like 60s, maybe early 70s. I don't see that. I see like 60s, mid to late 60s. However, they're very sharp, very sharp. So Marjorie is just like, who is this delicious tenderoni right here? And he's just like, uh, this is Josh. Josh is just like, okay. So Marjorie is she's just inhaling Josh and was just like, I'm gonna get my hands on you here yet. And she tells her husband that she wants something. So he goes to get right away, dear, right away, yes, dear. And so not like he's afraid of her, but he worships her type thing. So Marjorie and Josh are talking. Oh, Marjorie do some shady boot stuff. Next thing you know, she takes Josh's hand. She takes him up the steps. I'm not gonna say typical man, but he wasn't thinking with the head on his shoulders. You hear me? So he follows her up the steps like in like a trance. And so they get to another part of the house. The thing that bothered me, she kept calling him delicious. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm cut from a whole different cloth, y'all. Ain't no, I'm sorry. In all things. However, so Josh, the field that he's in is like art. He really, really loves art, and he knows his business, high end, all the stuff. He knows it, and so they come across this very, very fine crafted door that just, excuse me, displayed, excuse me, just displayed exquisite wood workmanship. And so he's like, this is beautiful, this is amazing. Marjorie on some foolishness. She's still trying to get him, like, she's trying to get in his pants, y'all. And Josh is just like in a trance, like just intoxicated by like this woman. And so they end up in the elevator and she's just very, very persuasive. We'll say that. They didn't do the do, but doggone we're close to it. So while Josh is feeling like he about to touch the gates, um, all of a sudden the doors open. There's a hooded figure standing there, and it happens to be Fritz. So they're in like another part of the house, and they, make an offer to Josh and was like, we can offer you three gifts. Like Fritz and I, we have this relationship, we have this rapport where, we choose a couple and we basically, just kind of reel them in and just give them all the feels, shady boot stuff. And so she says, we'll give you three gifts, or you'll receive three gifts. Now, mind you, this is like the week of Christmas. Okay, like this all happens within like a week before, like leading up to Christmas. And so the three gifts, the couple, they call themselves the Magi or the Magi, Magi, and they said that it's kind of, if you follow Christmas, and this is what they're saying, if you follow Christmas, we'll give you three gifts just like the wise men, you know, with Jesus, in the manger, who went to go see him, things of that nature. So, Josh was like, what kind of gifts you talking about? So they put in front of him like I think it was like $10 million, something like that, either 10 million or $100 million. Let's go to the book. Let's go to the book, because she was like, honey, I need you to be able to count. I need you to be able to count now, honey. And so The amount of money, excuse me, the amount of money that was in front of him was oh goodness. I want to say it was like, okay, yeah. So sorry, I had to get to that next chapter. So the amount of money that she was talking was, yeah, $10 million in his face. They were just like, open this up, see what it is. And it's like all of these bundles of cash. And he was like, holy crap, is this like $1 million? She was like, no, sweetie, it's 10 million. And he was like, what's the catch? Like, what is this? And she was like, you can get this, but you have to accept the three gifts. And he was like, what are the three gifts? And the first gift was representing, wealth. The second gift was representing health. And the third gift was representing death. The thing was that both Josh and Rhea couldn't have the three gifts. Only one of them could. That was the catch. And so Josh was like, I don't know. He accepted the gifts. And so the first gift was a $5,000 gift card. And it was like, it was delivered to the house. Like they opened up the front door. The envelope was on the floor, very finely wrapped, things of that nature. And Rhea was like, well, what is this? Like, what's happening? Excuse me. So it was about that. They called in to see, or they read the card to see what the balance is. They thought it was 500. They called in, it was $5,000. Rhea is freaking out. She was like, "We don't know these people. How they just gonna?" And it said that it was gifted by the Wisemans, Marjorie and Fritz. So she was like, "How in the world are they gonna gift us $5,000? We don't know these people. We need to get this money back." Josh was like, Josh knowing what was up. I don't want to say he tried to play stupid, but he tried to play the game. Rhea going along with it. So she was like, no, we need to get his money. Yes, we just moved here. We're trying to establish, woo, woo, woo. $5,000. It's cute. And so next day, I want to say it was the next day or maybe 2 days later, second gift comes. And Josh is gone, but Rhea is at home with Chico. So Rhea goes in, goes to the front door, and it's a gift. And Chico, Chico can't talk. Chico a dog. You understand? So he was just like, okay, it's something else here, something else here. So Rhea had picked up the card, and then she went back, and it was something else. So lo and behold, it was a cream that heals, um, like for pain and inflammation. And Rhea, she has something called Dish, and I wrote it down so I can make sure I got it right. It is diffuse idiopathic skeletal hyperostosis. I knew I was gonna mess it up. Hy- hyperostosis. 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 There we go. Diffuse idiopathic skeletal hyperostosis, which causes severe inflammation and pain in her joints. And then too, she's a diabetic, so like when her sugar drops, she gotta hurry up and get tablets quick, or she gonna drop, like she gonna go into a coma. So, um, she was just like a cream. What? So the three gifts, they call themselves the Magi. So Josh and Rhea, they would read the Christmas cards, and they were just like, "This reminds you of the three wise men who gave the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh." And so gold equivalated to equivalated. Yes, I did make that up. Equivalates to the $5,000 gift card. Frankincense was medical. It was healing for her health because she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to use it." Woo, woo, woo. And he was like, "I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It could be a flare up, but I mean, you could be in no pain." So the next day, Rhea wakes up and is in no pain whatsoever. Seemed like it was a miracle, right? So it was just like, okay, cool, cool, cool. We gon' we gon' hmm. So Fritz works for, or he is associated with a pharmaceutical company that had like top secret, top notch stuff, and this was like an exclusive. This cream wasn't even on the market yet, and by goodness, it worked. And so I don't want to give the rest of it away, but throughout the story, or like as it gets closer to the third gift, I don't want to say that Josh changes, but you can see bits and pieces of their history. Um, and like I said, I don't want to give it away, but there was about an infidelity on Josh's end. And so, and this is like fairly in the beginning of the book, beginning maybe to mid book, so I'm not giving away any spoilers or anything. And so, Josh cheated on Rhea with this girl, and it wasn't just a one time thing; it was multiple times. And Rhea, being that she can't see, anytime when they went out for errands or something like that, just because Rhea is blind doesn't mean that she is not able to be independent. So her and Chico will go to the mall, they'll go out. Josh would be like, I'll return in an hour. Within this hour, he's seeing old girl in their house, in their bed. Bro is bold. You hear me? Bro would have been DE. He would have been unalive. Her too. But so that happened while they were living in Florida. So, um, Rhea was just like, I don't deserve this. Like, and I mean, she knew. And so they went to counseling and all this kind of stuff. And so, um, for Rhea, and even Josh too, but for Rhea, she was like, it's a new start. It's no problem. You know, I believe in us. Do you believe in us? And Josh, he was like, I believe in it. Let's go. I found a job. We got a place. Let's just move. Let's new beginnings. So as it gets closer to the third gift, Josh done turned into somebody totally different. Not to say like he was acting brand new, but I will say that insert here is a trigger of domestic violence. It was times where I had to take a breather for the book and just be grateful that Josh wasn't real, because Josh would have got these hands. You understand? I would have been a widow. I would have been a widow. No problem. What you not gonna do? Mm-mm. I ain't about that life. But in all things, the book continues on. They received a third gift. You have to read to see what happens with the third gift. It is not what you expect. The twist. AG, bruh. That twist was real. I had to sit. I was in such a daze, y'all. I had to sit there and read it about 3, 4 times just to be sure that I read it right. Just that twist. I had to connect the dots, y'all. It was so good. So good. So I know I'm late. Like I said, third gift. It is a it's like Christmas holiday type feel book. The third gift, but at the same point in time, mood reader here. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just read this because I've seen this book everywhere. Let me get in it. I'm glad I did. And so he's an amazing A.G. Mock is an amazing author, amazing author. The most recent book that he had was Now is the Time of Monsters, which was doing huge things. And so he has one that's coming out called What Big Lies You Have. And so definitely be on the lookout for that. I want to say that's coming out in like April of this year, or maybe August. I'm not sure, but I know it's coming out this year. He said be on the lookout for that. And then another great thing about this book, The Third Gift, is that all of the royalties, all of the proceeds from this book will be given to the Salvation Army. They have a program where it is tailored towards helping young people excel at reading. So I thought that that was super dope. So, you know, I was able to buy this. Um, very grateful. Hold on, I don't want y'all to see the glare, but A.G. Mott, The Third Gift. Um, I love to support a good cause when I'm able to, and I just thought that the book was really good. It wasn't too long. The pace was, it was pretty right. I had some questions. Oh, but baby, did it come around? It came around, y'all, and ooh, I'm not gonna say nothing else. I almost said something, but in all things, please make sure that you read the book, or at least add it to your list if you have not. Consider it. Add it to your TBR pals in bookcases over there for me. But I can successfully say I could put this in a red pal. But y'all check it out. Y'all check it out. Check out some of the other books that AG, and his A is in apple, G is in great, MOCK. He's an amazing author, and he's very friendly. He's super, super nice. I've spoken with him several times, and so y'all be sure to check that out. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you think about this book. But we're here supporting indie authors and their work, and taking it from there. We only going higher. So I hope that y'all have an amazing day, and that I will be talking to y'all soon. This is Felicia with The Book Is Done, and I'm out, y'all. Good night.